Hey guys, kia ora, kia ora, kia ora. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so excited that you are here this week. I feel like a lot has been happening in my world. I turned 30 years old, which is, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here 30 years. I feel like these are going to be like the best years of my life. Because I feel like my life is just getting started. I wrote on my Instagram post, I was like, I can't believe I used to think 30 was old, because I feel like my life is just getting started. So me and Mets had a beautiful day on my birthday. We went and watched a musical, Mary Poppins, so random, but it's something I've always wanted to do. So we went and did that. What else has been happening? I've been coaching a lot, which I absolutely love. My business is closing down, so extra. Just the sunglasses side of things, I've decided to close down. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, are you sad? Are you upset? I feel like I'm not really upset because it's something I've known that I needed to do for a long time. And I feel like I processed everything. And then now that it's closing down, I'm like, cool, let's close it down. Let's go, because I'm moving more into my mentoring and my coaching. And really perfecting my message and my program there. So, and saying, and then on top of that, I got a business mentor, which is incredible. I joined a program called the Startup Squad. So I've got my business mentor, I got my personal mentor, and it's just so in alignment because, guys, I tell you all the time, like it's so important to, have a coach or a mentor or somebody, that can really help you, especially like if there's someone out there that you see and you're like, damn, I love what she's done or he's done or whoever it is. And you want to do something like that, or you want to do exactly what they've done, or just put your flavor on it or whatever. And then they offer a program where they offer that to you. Why would you not pay the money and do it? It'll save you so much time because you can go at it alone, but it will probably just take a lot longer. So yeah, that's I'm so excited for that. So I am doing studies and all the things, and the Vibe Tribe is just getting better and better, to be honest. So the Vibe Tribe doors are going to open soon. If you want to be on the wait list for that, drop your actually in the show notes, I'm going to have a link. Click on that and put in your details, and you'll be the first to know when the doors open. If you're like, what the hell is the Vibe Tribe? The Vibe Tribe is my 12-month-long coaching program. I am a body acceptance coach. So I help plus-size women learn to love and accept their bodies without losing a kg. I am so passionate about helping plus-size women feel confident in their bodies, right? And know that, your weight does not determine your worthiness, and to love what they see in the mirror. So yeah, if you want to come and be a part of that, please put your details in the show notes. But today we are talking about the word fat. Is it offensive? And I actually took to Instagram and asked y'all, if you aren't following you on Instagram, come over, because we have some really, really good conversations around these words. But let's go. Is fat an offensive word? So 53% of people said yes, and 47% of people said no. So it was actually quite close. And then I had a question box in there as well for you to kind of tell me your thoughts. And the summary from it was basically, if you are speaking about yourself, it's okay to call yourself fat. But if you are talking about somebody else, it is offensive to call somebody else fat. And I loved it. I love these kinds of conversations where I guess it really gets you thinking. And for me, I really wanted to open this conversation up to kind of help people overcome this word, because this word used to really have a freaking chokehold on me, not in a good way. I know that slang is probably like in a good way, but not in a good way, right? If I was to look back at maybe Leash, even just a couple of years ago, if you were to call me fat, I would be highly offensive. I would be questioning myself. I'd question my worthiness, question, what I look like. I'd look in the mirror and really be negative to myself, and really, I guess, low-key like abuse myself mentally. Yeah, that's really actually quite upsetting. If someone was to call me that, or someone saw me as that, right? And this is probably the purpose of this podcast, is that if this word fat is not serving you and somebody calls you it, and you go down this really downward mental spiral that is not good for you, that does not help you, I would like to invite you to maybe look at things differently. Yeah, that's what the purpose is. It's to help you with that word if you are really struggling with it. So if we were to just peel everything back a bit, what is it? It's a word, right? It's how people describe people. If we pull it all back, if we pull it all back, it's a describing word. And I think where it's gone wrong is that people have put their meanings to it. You've put a meaning to it. I've put a meaning to it. Society's put a meaning to it. You know, in society, thin is beautiful and fat is ugly. So if someone calls you fat, it's like, oh, fuck, I'm ugly. People come out of dressing rooms. Oh, no, do I look fat? Like as if it's a bad thing. It's a really bad thing to look fat. So I'm not going to buy this dress, or I'm not going to buy this item if I look fat, right? And I used to do this too, is when I was taking pictures, someone was taking a picture of me. Just make sure I don't look fat. Don't make me look fat. Let me hide all the things so that I don't look fat, right? So I think at the end of the day, we need to go back to, what are you making it mean? What are you making this word mean? Because old leash would be like, fuck yes, this is an offensive word. It means that, I'm ugly. I'm not beautiful. I am not sexy. I am not worthy. I am, disgusting. I am unhealthy. I am obese. I'm overweight. Yeah. And the leash back then, it would have fucking, crumbled. It would have torn me apart. Whereas now the word fat, it's a describing word. It's something I am. I look in the mirror and I'm like, yes, I am fat. But the meaning behind it is, fat is beautiful, because I look in the mirror and I think I'm beautiful. Look at me now. If you're on YouTube, you can see me. Damn, I am beautiful. I am sexy. I look in the mirror, I know I'm sexy. I'm kind. I'm so much more than this word that people want to try and insult me with, right? So yeah, when I say I'm fat, it's a good thing. It's a positive thing, because I know that I am beautiful. I am worthy. I'm enough. I love what I see in the mirror. I love my body. I love my stretch marks, my fat, my roll, all these things. So it's a good thing to me. It's you describing my body as fat. That's true. And when people say it, I'm like, okay, genius. Like, thanks for that, genius. There's the thing, me and mates do it to each other all the time, is when we state the obvious, instead of like, you'd be like, no shit, Sherlock. Me and like, we'll just be like, okay, genius. Like, thank you. Like, so that's what I'm like, what I do at the moment. People come online and they say, oh, you're so fat, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Thank you. Like, what are we, are we describing each other here? Like, what's going on? Like, and I think it's like reclaiming the word as well. What are you making it mean? Reclaiming it, taking the power away from the word, taking that power that it has away from it. Because when somebody tries to use that as an insult, it's like, that's not even offensive, because I'm so aware of myself. I'm so aware. And I also want to talk about being aware, right? Because and I actually thought I made this up, but I googled it online to see if it was a thing, and then Isaac John from YKTR came up, and I watch his shit and I love his shit, and I was like, damn, that's where I heard it from, and I thought it was my original idea. And I think he even got it from Gary Vee. But the 8 Mile effect, right? If you have seen the rap battle, the last rap battle on 8 Mile, and where Eminem just goes in and he says everything about him. He says, all his flaws and all the things and stuff like that. And he claims it, and he's like, yeah, I am this and I am that and I am this. And in battles they're trying to roast each other, right? So when the other guy gets the mic, he has nothing to say about Eminem because Eminem's claimed everything. And I think that's what we need to do in life. We need to claim all these things. We need to be so aware of ourselves. Like, yeah, I am fat. So then when somebody says it, it's like, fuck, that doesn't even affect me. That has no effect, so being really aware, but I think the bottom line is that you get to choose what it means for you. If the current meaning of fat doesn't serve you right now, maybe it's time to look at it at a different way. If it's serving you, cool, Kate the pie, leave it as is. But if it's not serving you, if that word really, really affects you, if your family members, I remember as a sibling, it'd be like, when you mock each other all the time, especially in Islander households, we mock each other all the time. They're like, you're fat. And it was like, shame, you're fat kind of thing. It's like not allowing that to have that power anymore. Your siblings, when you change that fact, when you change the meaning, your siblings are like, what? She doesn't get offended by that anymore. She doesn't want to beat me up anymore because of that. So really changing that. And I saw this little blurb online about it, and about the word fat, and I want to read it out. And yeah, just this piece here. Perhaps the biggest shift needs to happen with individuals and the language they use. Fat is a noun. Fat is an adjective. Fat is not an insult. And it's time for society and culture to stop doing harm to fat people by treating their body type like it's a bad thing. I love that so much. And I feel like there's so much to uncover here. So I would love to have more conversations around this, even the words like overweight or, obese, all these kinds of things. Obese, yeah, the fat phobia, all that kind of stuff. I think there's really, really beautiful conversations to have here. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. The message is that, you do get to choose what it means. And if it doesn't serve you, I invite you to maybe change the meaning, change the power that it has behind it. Really dig deep. And this shit, it's uncomfortable, y'all. Like, if for like 28 years of my life, I've hated my body and always wanted to change my body. And I'm only now stepping into that loving and accepting, and now I'm trying to teach other women to do the same. And it goes back to, what are we making it mean? Unlearning the fat phobia, the fat phobic stuff, unlearning all the shit, that we were taught growing up, that thin is beautiful and fat is ugly. And as I start wrapping up today, I just want to say, if you are a fat woman, and even me saying that right now, really, you don't like it, you don't like that word, if you're plus size, if you're curved, whatever you want to resonate to, right? Bigger sized woman, whatever it is, I really want you to know that you don't need to lose weight, babe. You don't need to. I'm going to get so emotional, and I get so emotional every time because I see myself in you. I hated my body. I looked in the mirror. I talked shit to myself. I would always be like, yo, you're such an ugly fat slob. You don't deserve anything. You're unworthy. You're not enough. You're not beautiful. You're not sexy. You need to change. Punishment. I'll punish you with workouts. I'll punish you with eating all these things and starving yourself and doing these crazy diets and measuring myself all the time and really getting obsessed with the scales and all the things like that. If this speaks to you right now, sister, I want you to know that you don't need to do any of that. You can stop that right now. You can stop that right now, and you can love your body as is right now. And it might fucking feel so hard and so distant right now. I didn't even know it was a thing. I did not know it was a thing until I overcome it. And I overcame it. I was like, fuck, all these women need to know about it. All these women need help. So this is my purpose on life, in life, on life. This is my purpose in life, is to spread this message and to let you know that you are perfect as you are. And I am so here to help you learn that and help you know that your body is beautiful, that you are beautiful, and that you deserve everything. everything you ever wanted in life. You deserve it. You're freaking amazing. You're freaking incredible. So I want to leave you with that, sister. I hope it lands. If it doesn't land and you need the help and support, please think about coming and joining the Vibe Tribe. Shit will change your life. It changed my life. Yeah, leave your details in the show notes. I love you.